time to embark on a new adventure for the eternal, lovable being, Moss. Welcome to Project Zomboid. Upon entering this brave new universe, we had to ensure we got the eternal being Moss correct. Scarf Lord 1, in his fancy green socks. These are the end of times. There was no hope of survival. This is how you die. Moss found himself in a small, quaint home. He started to investigate and search for precious supplies. As an eternal being, Moss had gotten used to inhabiting many different forms with many different capabilities. But it must be said, this form was one of the least impressive. Moss set about hurriedly exploring everywhere. Found a gun! A precious boomstick! Before continuing to search the entire place for anything he might need within this existence. As Moss had previously taught that lovable scamp Francis Bacon, knowledge is power. With that, Moss set about reading, learning, gathering knowledge on the skills that make up carpentry. With his brain full of knowledge, Moss decided it was time he makes for outdoors to see what really is happening in the world. Great Scots, it's the undead! Moss's first encounter with a corpse, a living being, or unliving being? How will Moss fare in this not so fantastic form? His skill, his might, his stomp! Moss was thoroughly overjoyed that he was going to get to cosplay as Indiana Jones with his fancy new satchel. Whilst Moss is eternal and can inhabit any form, it is a bit of a nuisance to do so. So he set about tearing up clothes to make bandages should the worst happen. Whilst Moss has many forms, he does like to take care of the forms he is in. And he had started to feel a bit parched just from that one zombie. He required a drink, but also he certainly needed to get rid of all of this new blood on these rags. And all of the blood everywhere else. Moss, thoroughly pleased that he was blood-free, ventured outside. Would appear being blood-free was not going to last as long as Moss may have hoped. Moss did observe that these zombies had a lower intelligence than himself, and felt confident in his actions to take 1 versus 2, using the power of the push, followed by the almighty stomp of Moss's boot. Yet more and more came for him. Moss started to be a bit worried that maybe knowledge isn't power against those with physical might. Valiantly, Moss battled on, pushing, shoving, thrashing, stomping, but slowly he was being overpowered. Bitten several times and injured, Moss fought on. Moss had received multiple wounds, multiple bites, but luckily he had the sheets. He had the bandages. Would this save him? No, this was not enough. Moss was now the undead. Moss's journey had ended. He was not the survivor this time. But Moss is eternal, and a new character we shall create. Remember to come back and follow the journey of Moss in Zomboid. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We will continue with the adventures of Moss in Zomboid, RimWorld, and any other games you may have as a suggestion. I also stream all of the gameplay here on YouTube as well. So make sure you join in to give me the backseating I so evidently deserve and need. Until next time, goodbye.